Good afternoon. I wanted to give you an update for 2024 on what I have planned for the PCT. Always making plans, my flexible plans, and I have three specific goals I'd love to do this summer, but we shall see. So here, I'll zoom in on the map and show you what I've done and what I hope to do. So I have hiked from the Mexican border all the way up, except for this little section, Mount Baden-Powell, that was closed in 2021, but I do want to go back to hike that, and I don't have specific plans for that just yet, but I will. And then on, up through the High Sierra, all the way up to Tuolumne Meadows, where we turned south when we did the John Muir Trail. Then last year, the Lean Mean Lassen team, Johanna, Kirsten, and I started at Buck's Summit and hiked up through Lassen Park to Burney Falls. And then I got off. My mother was in the hospital. It was super hot. We had plans to make it to Dunsmuir or I-5, but that didn't happen. So later in the summer, Scott or Critters joined with me, and we hiked all of Oregon with a little break because of the smoke, where we came home for a little bit. And also our middle child's wedding, which was important not to miss. And previously we had hiked from the Columbia, Washington, all the way to White Pass, and then I got on and hiked with a friend and completed all the way to Snoqualmie Pass. So the second goal would be to hop on at Snoqualmie Pass mid-August and make it to the border. Like I said, we're, or maybe I didn't say, but we may do the Canadian permit and hike to Manning Park, or we may turn around and go back to Harts Pass. Don't know yet. All depends on how we can get home. And then goal number 3 is way back down here. Hopping on back at Buck's Summit, heading south. There's a little bit of black there where I did hike some around Sierra City, but I would go back through that, hiking all the way down to Tuolumne Meadows. And like I said, I have family there. This would be sort of a completion, except for that Baden-Powell 30 miles, but my PCT section hike. So I hope that thing from the map made sense and it wasn't too wiggly for you. I know there's fancy electronic ways I could show you, but I just used the map. Anyway, so just a recap if it wasn't clear. At the end of this month, June, the Lean Mean Lassen team, Kirsten, Johanna, will join Lori and me at Burney Falls. Got all the travel arrangements, flying back into Reno and traveling there. And we'll head for Ashland, which isn't actually on the trail, but, you know, I-5. It's about 300 miles. We'll complete all of Northern California for me and actually complete those few little miles left in Oregon that Scott and I didn't do last year. It's kind of travel difficulties to get to the actual Oregon-California border. So that's goal number 1, and that's pretty much set in motion unless something happens. Then goal number 2 is mid-August, like I said, to join with Scott, Critters, and maybe some others at Snoqualmie Pass and hike the 250 miles to the border. And we're in the process of getting our permits, so then we would do like you used to do. I don't think we'll hike back to Harts Pass. Not sure about that yet. All depends on transportation. And then the third goal, and that second one would be mid-August, like I said, and we'll be looking at weather and, of course, unfortunately, fires, but we'll see how that goes. And then the third would be mid-September into early October, also weather dependent and so many other things. going to Buck's Summit, where I got on last year with the Lean Mean Lesson team, and heading south to Tuolumne Meadows. That would be a wonderful place to stop for me. My family's nearby. Hopefully there'd be some people there to say woohoo. And then I have a big high school reunion, way too big. Yep, getting up there. The big 50-year high school reunion in Fresno in the beginning of October. Plus my mom's 93rd birthday is early October. So that would be a wonderful thing to finish up, and I'd be almost hiking to Fresno. So we'll see. And as usual though, I call them my flexible plans because you just never know. Things happen with me, with family, with weather. Last year we had smoke, so much smoke in Oregon, so there's things that happen. But come along if you'd like. I do not vlog anymore while I'm doing it. It's just too time consuming, and for me it takes away from what I'm doing. But I will catch up when I get home, because it's really the best way for me to remember what we did, what I did, the people we met, the beautiful places we saw. It's just a great reminder, and I hope to be able to see those for many years to come, to look back on all of this. So this would complete my section hike of the PCT. Now I still have those little bit down by Mount Baden-Powell that was technically closed, or it was closed when we were there. So, but I do want to hike those just because I want to go up Mount Baden-Powell. So come along, join, and hope you enjoy. Bye-bye. So you can hear Bentley laughing in the background. Ants. But just doing a little food prep, trying to get organized. Made all this granola. It's yummy. Peanut butter, cashews, dried fruit, and putting them in little baggies. And I will add some. You can find this at Walmart, obviously. Great value to each baggie. So then we just add a little water. That way I don't get so sick of the oatmeal mixes that I have. And then I also still have this dehydrated hummus I did a while back. I've added some more seasonings. I'm gonna baggie that up with some olive oil packets for lunches, trying to get some lightweight lunches for these long sections that will be coming up. So I made, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 recipes of granola, and came out with about 40 servings. They're about 3/4 cup each, with a couple of tablespoons of whole milk powder, so you can just add water. And then this is just a little sample of a lot of the oatmeal that I made. They could have almonds, dehydrated blueberries, chia seeds, whatever you feel like putting in there. And if you're going to add hot water, they need to be in a Ziploc freezer bag, like a quart size. These I usually just add water to and let them soak a little bit and eat them cold. But I like the variety of having both. Okay, this is not meant to be a gear video. I'm just showing that I'm getting all my stuff piled up. Final breakdown of gear and figuring out exactly what I'm taking.